So, so much to do. We left off trying to get Substance Painter to behave itself. I think we ended our stream having figured out what we need to do last stream. There's Unity. Now, we're going to open up body. We're going to change projection from this planar projection, typically 3D. Right here, physical size. That's what we want. Say Twitter, getting distracted. Fingers crossed this one. I feel like we should double check. I want to make sure all these settings are the same. If it ever loads. Got a haircut today. Good morning, Arctic. Got a haircut today, so I can't stay, but I should have all the videos where you work with Foxhound saved by, I think, tonight, if I can. Well, appreciate you taking the time to compile all that. Definitely don't burn yourself out on it. Oh, so close. Close. Just make sure. I'm actually going to. Got a haircut, stupid cell phone. Physical side. Please note that most file formats transfer the unit of measurement of the mesh. Text will adapt accordingly. However, with an object OBJ, Painter will default to CM as OBJ is unitless. So most formats are good, except OBJ. That's set at 1. So file and turn. So you have fun. I'll be back to comment on the stream later when it's a VOD. Sounds good, Popstar. At the very least, doing this means that the projection is the exact same size. The problem then would just be trying to find the correct position. So we've solved the scaling issue. Now we need to solve the positioning if this doesn't work. A lot closer. Gotta export the text. Interesting. So that's actually exactly the same as before. All right. So that means we know they're the exact same size now. That would mean that the offset is so stupid. There's got to be a better way to do this. I can't be the first person to have countered this. Oh, it would just be easier to do it in Blender at this point. Now we've lined it up. Well, now we know the offset on the Y. Right. Never mind. Fuck this. Okay. Yeah, this is wow, because I need the image in the material. Ah. Challenging for some reason. I didn't expect this to be probably the hardest part so far. We have the texture in here. I want that. I extract them. Oh. 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 What this? Interesting. Well, okay. We don't know if that's actually affecting it. That doesn't do anything. Because it's not a procedural texture. And somewhere in here there is an image. Like that image. Okay. Alright, so we got the offset. Okay. We have to do this differently. Sure. Substance, extract image from I should be able to do that in go here. Okay, resources, substances. We have all these different SBSARs. And here we used 22. So what I want to do is we're going to put this into Unity. Could include it there, but we'll actually make a new folder called substance extract 20. Should see it that it's an SBSAR file. There we go. PA. True vision. Okay, but it's really exporting that. Okay. So we should have a 4K image here now that we can extract. We now removed that image. Go over to client work. We're going to make a brand new file in Bakes, new folder, and we'll call this texture. No, pattern texture. So Foxhound. projection pattern. Okay. Save that here. Then we're going to file, import the X files. F1 over to first the body. Okay. One more collection called UV maps to the UV map survive geometry node. And in fluff, we'll import, you guessed it. Okay, so now we have these two images. Now, make a camera orthographic .4K. The body, we combine all. Okay. Go over to shading. Left here. We'll make a new material and we'll call this pattern baker. This one. You have a second. Quite map what it is, as long as we're baking to the first one. So, UV map, base color, we'll use 2 for our here's our little baker. Now what we're going to do add to this a UV project, pull the camera, tell it to override UV 01. Doesn't look any different yet. Signed and texture. And we'll go back to Foxhound, baked, pattern projection, the image is extracted, GA file under native. Open, perfect. Good. Now we have move around. Right, it does overwrite. But we would actually have to bisect. That'll work. Actually work better. Okay, and then we'll also do the same. Add the pattern baker here. Modifier. Now we can see this is what the projection should have been looking like the whole time. Now we can see that it definitely lines up, projects on straight through. Double check settings on the projection. Side more. We are getting this. Something. Projecting the normals and the flattened side. I'm going to delete the camera actually and replace this with just an empty call projector. And we'll take this. If that matters. I don't know why that makes a difference, but it was the camera that was creating that issue. It seems. Oh, still see it. Oh, that's actually even more annoying. It's not the projector. The texture doesn't tile. Right, I kind of like that. Now what we need to do is select body here, and we'll take the color. We're going to plug it directly into the color. Then, one at a time, we can select images. New one, this 4K image. We're going to call this Foxhound Project Pattern Body. Take that image, save that right in here. Then select the body, change that to body, select the hair, new one, Yes, this is the easier option. Okay. Save that. Open the save the all right, so now we can simply go to cycles, bake emission, baking. First one, we do have to make sure we select UV map we want to bake to. Blender is big. Select the shader. This one is the body we're baking. The reason is we're sampling way too much. We don't not samples. For render, we really just need. We really only need. Beautiful. Interesting how well this part lines up. Save that. Now we can click the fluff, select the body. Go to probably this. Doesn't matter. Now we're looking at fluff. Okay, now we go back to Painter. And instead of having to manually align all the bullshit, very frustrating to do, go ahead and just this out. Do the body. Definitely. One. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Save. So, now, let's export this. Now we can go to left clipped. Delete this. Actually, no. It's the normal map. Take out Foxhound. Oop. Three. Broken. Still. One. Two. Projection. Rid of that. Left. Work. Actually, a little bit better. Finally, a little bit better. Whatever. Yay! Now they line up. That took a good 2 hours at least to make that. All right. Cool. So we are going to leave the fur there. I like it. It's like iridescent. Gives me an interesting vibe. Okay, save that. Go to Painter, save this, close it. Send that over to the... Okay. It's time to rig. We're going to go to Foxhound, the original file. We're going to save a backup copy. I'm going to call... actually... baking version. everything but the body. Let's turn on our rig. And it's time to do some rigging. Goodness, sorry about that. Wow, powerful. Hey, the spine actually, the rotation of your neck, like the pivot point would be pretty far back, like it'd be over here. Your vertebrae is right. Not gonna make such extreme angle. Interesting to Ori, oh man, hello, welcome. Just had to give up on ARP recently. Exported and re-imported my model to get a basic rig to work with. Kept having too many small issues. Certainly knowing what works for you is best. Somehow all the bones in my rig got removed from all the bone groups. That was kind of strong. I personally love it. It saves me a lot of time, especially on the exporting end. And then I get to transfer all my animations. Especially for face rigging and stuff. Just with all this. But especially for all that facial animations, facial rigging, saves me like probably like 8 hours worth of work. But it helps, it allows me to standardize how I set up my avatars. But things like Rigify and stuff are other good options as well. Anything that just gives you the ability to create some sort of control rig quickly. Yeah. Hello, Christopher. Welcome. Certainly have a lot of requests, but welcome. Welcome, Christopher. If you're ever interested in a commission, you let me know. That I don't do requests. Actually, the creator of ARP is super easy to get a hold of. Like, spontaneous. Much work to do. We get a GPT assistant. Alright, so that's generally a good placement. But still more tweaking to do. So first things we're going to do is actually turn on the viewport axes. And since we have that last one selected, we're going to rotate the roll. Oops. Rotate the roll. Recalculate roll. Active tone. Hello, Arctic. Currently speedrunning, painting up. My Avi meetup is tomorrow, and I feel it looked too clean. Just trying to dirty it up a bit. It is Halloween. Definitely the grunge is part of the appeal. Boom. Uh, okay, I can got the great features. I'd probably use it if I was rigging something just to animate. Yeah, I think that's definitely part of the appeal for me is when I want to make like thumbnails and stuff later. I've just got a full rig ready to go. I don't have to like. I have one workflow to make a character ready for Blender and for VR chat. I appreciate. That's about as good as it gets for right now. Now let's look at the face. Do I need an extra bone for this mouth? I don't think so. Robin's also requesting, or did you switch to Twitch? I appreciate the request, but I don't request. But there are some good free avatars on Sketchfab and sites like that. If you want to go find an avatar that you can turn into Clifford. that way. I think that'll work. All right, let's add it back to rig. Cool. We got them moving and grouping. Now we'll set in front. Get the bones. Deform. Get in there. Draw paint. Those guns get switched. Those ones though. Decent. Cool. Rishi. Hello, Pseudo. Welcome. Doing good. We're surviving right now. Doing some rigging. How about yourself? How you doing? Not bad. Well, that's good to hear. You know, being sick, it's that time of year. Getting cold. Getting colds. I always get sick when I go outside. I have allergies. Lots and lots of allergies, but I have been on meds for them. Just got back from Japan on Saturday. Oh, very cool. Where did you end up going in Japan? Tokyo and Nagoya. Well, that's awesome. I hope you had a good time. Tokyo was a lot of fun as well. Okay. I think it's hard. I mean, that's like cities are never really something. I'm not a big fan of big cities. Usually, I mean, there's charm to it. I could just only take so long. But I really do want to see a lot of Japanese countryside and the natural splendor. All right, let's add some butt bones. Depending how things, I'll be going around this time. Well, that's good to hear. You just vacationing out there? Or you doing like work trip or something? Just vacation. Awesome. Do I want to do a thigh jiggle too? Might as well. was fast. Oh, I see. That was already in rig mode. Eesh. Chill Gravity Falls jump scare. And sometimes I'm like, is that a cover? That little lo-fi beat a cover? Very fitting though. I want to watch Gravity Falls for Halloween. Feels very fitting. Need to watch Over the Garden Wall too.
On October 31st, 1959, life in the little town changed permanently.
Start my planning for going back next year. I keep entertaining the idea that if there was like a very good VR headset, you could just travel while working full time. Like a digital nomad kind of lifestyle that people talk about. But I think with VR it would be cool.
What?
Who knows? I just imagine, like, love to go to Japan and just chill there for a while. Not be in a rush to do anything or... Hello, Trix U Fox. Welcome. Trying to learn how to make avatars. Any tips for beginners? I would start with looking at the work other people have done. Sketchfab and Gumroad and a lot of other sites have tons of free avatars that you can kind of look at, pull apart, edit, and change. That's kind of a good way to start understanding how things work without kind of just to get a good understanding, good insight into how things come together. When I was first getting into this, I used a lot of base avatars to start my work, and that kind of was just like a nice speed up because I could rely on something that I knew worked, and just it was a lot easier to recover from errors at that time. Have you ever encountered this issue with ARP where it starts making your stick bones invisible? Only stick bones. Stick bones? No, not really. I only use the octahedral view for the most part. Just doing it consistently is the hardest and yet biggest part. If you had a good enough laptop, you likely could do it. Grows more tempting. But who knows? Life has a way of some gravity. The hardest part of learning and building skills is always just putting in. Very true. Yeah, Trix, if you have any specific questions when you're working through Blender, feel free to reach out. I'm happy to kind of share what I know or just point you in the right direction. Certainly there's a lot that goes into this kind of work. The main thing is just to approach it at a doable pace. Keep it healthy, don't get too crazy. Enjoy the process. Keep wanting to switch from Maya to Blender, and it's just so hard to do. Well, the nice part is you're not quite starting from scratch with that transition. Like, you have an understanding of how things should or shouldn't work, exporting this and that. But certainly, always. But there actually are a lot of good videos, I think, online of like, I was a Maya user and this is me learning Blender. So maybe that would help. Oh, this is a wolf avatar that we're working on. This guy right here. So this is in Unity here. Start small. Exactly. Start small. Start in a doable way. You know, I would keep it super bite-sized because there's just a lot of pieces to this. Like, honestly, you know, get a PNG image and upload that to VRChat, and how uploading to VRChat works. You know, like as an avatar, my PNG avatar, and then maybe like start with a really simple model. Like, I want to get a cube from Blender into Unity into VRChat, and then just start adding a little bit more. Now, not a cube. I want a subdivided person. Like imagine the simplest possible mesh to represent a human, rig that, bring it in Blender, and just build and build off these really small, simple experiments. You really want to keep it as bite-sized as possible. You know, and I would do things that just like kind of have inherent value. So what that would mean to me is like, I want to upload something funny. Like, I have my buddies in VR. I want to take an image, upload it as an avatar, and it'll be a funny meme avatar for myself. You know, that way, you know, a lot of it's tempting to just focus on learning and solving problems, but if you can make it something that rewards you in other ways, like making your friends laugh, focusing on a personal project or something, tying it into something that is fun or important at least, or Um, anyway, that can help. Really help. Because if you're just doing it to do it, it gets a little harder. I have this character I've made, very personal to me, or it doesn't have to be something crazy, just something that grounds your desire. Alright. Got the hand done. Just be the face now. Face and lips. I'm gonna start these from scratch. You have a Discord link? I do. Yeah. Not always the most active on Discord. Usually, if you have a question for me, the most direct way is to contact me on stream. But we do have a Blender channel, and there are a few additional people that love to hop in and answer Blender questions. At the very least, it'd be a good place to share. Alright, so now we've assigned weights to all the lip bones. Go ahead and smooth the levels. Now we got some nice lip movement. Be able to make a variety of expressions with this. Right. How long have you been making avatars? I made my first avatar maybe about 8 years ago. just to goof around, making things, putting things into Unity, kind of testing things. Initially, I did like concept art, and painting and illustration as a freelance career. But about 4 years ago, I started doing this full time, and I started really getting into 3D full time. I personally love 3D. I think coming from a illustration and painting background, concept art, really do feel like really just gives me a lot of control when I don't have to rely on like a performance. I always felt like painting and drawing and stuff, it's fun, but you're kind of still catering to the whims of the hope that, you know, your performance that day gives you the results you're looking for. But with 3D, I can just engineer it. I can just go, hey, I just come up with a game plan, and I can make it. That feels. Hello, Even. Welcome. Sorry to ask, but are you using AutoRig Pro or your own rig system? I always forget. I use AutoRig Pro. I prefer it because it standardizes the way I work, and that allows me to take a lot of the things that I'm doing on one avatar, bring them to the next, bring them to the next. You know, if I was to do my own custom rig, I would still do my best to try to make the exact same rig, the exact same bones for every avatar, for naming and stuff like that, because that allows you to transfer your animation data from one avatar to the other, or weight painting data, or whatever. And another big benefit of 3D is that you can transfer things, you know, your work, usefulness of your work, the work you make, and live far longer than the project itself. Now we're gonna close the map. I'm using AutoRig Pro Face Rig as well. I'm wondering if it's easy/good to use. Yes, I am using their Face Rig. The biggest disadvantage I encounter with it is going from AutoRig Pro to Unity. The orientation of the eye bone, Unity prefers having the eye bone pointed up and forward, so that it up, whereas AutoRig Pro puts it forward. So other than that, it's great. And I'm not quite sure. I know you're working in Unreal, so another great part of AutoRig Pro, if we go to the export settings, they have the ability to make an Unreal Engine or Unity Engine or Godot engine specific export, so you can kind of trust that the export process is going to be as painless as it can be. There's still always pain points to it, but You see what I'm saying there, but it's good. There was a nice video that kind of convinced of a lot of things. What was it? The Blender ARP versus Rigify video. I think it does have an exclusive engine export. AutoRig Pro definitely does. Okay, yeah, I beat you to it.
I heard you lack rigging and making animation in.
So this is an interesting video that kind of made me want to check it out. Check out AutoRig Pro. Leave it there and check. What I want to do eventually is make my own reusable rig that's set up specifically for Anthro Abbeys, get some VRC constraint-ready bones set up for digileg bends, butt volume, etc. Yeah, I think I do tend to remake a lot of the jiggle bones every time. It's almost just as much work copy and paste them and put them on a rig as it is to make them right then and there. Always torn on that, but the general rig works pretty well. Always torn on that. Alright, so we're gonna do that. Do this right. What we'll do is take this rig and we're gonna apply the armor. Then we'll select the rig. Let's see. Doesn't want to do that. That's okay. Instead of moving it there, we'll just go to edit. Let's see, so. And real mesh editing. That should have worked. The personal avatar or someone else's avatar. Most of the avatars I work on stream are all missions. I really should make some sort of personal avatar eventually, but let's see. Lazy. Okay, now that we've remade the rig, we can select. That's okay for now. Select the rig, select the mesh, select the rig. Armature deform. Here, rename this to rig. Now we're back to rigging. Closed up the mouth. Now it's opening and moving around pretty well. Bit of pinch. You make a personal avatar. What would... I have a concept for like an owl man. Less persona, more fae creature. Um, but I look forward to getting around to it eventually. I do need to make a VTuber. Well, gotta do it for the brand. Branding. What about you? What kind of avatar would you make? Interested to test if audiences respond to a VTuber better than a real person. I think for what I do here, it might work nice because I just kind of space out. I mostly just kind of slack jawed most of the day. So I feel like perhaps it would work better. But experimentation. It's like trying to find out what avatar style I want right now. I have a generic e-boy. Love to turn my av into a VTuber someday, if only for the experience of doing so. A regular chatter here, Arisa, is actually working on a tool. I believe they're working on a tool to try to do that in like, what would be the word? A one click conversion. Let's see. Well, tricks, if you know, there are a lot of base avatars on Gumroad and stuff. A lot of them are free. I would recommend just download one, download Blender, download Unity, start playing around with it. Even just like a meme avatar would be a good first step. Yeah, I'll have to ask again about it. I guess the advantage that you can imagine you looking however I suppose so. Or how you idolize yourself. That's better. So we can actually go ahead and combine it directly with. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go to the restroom. First step to ultimate goal of any brand, marketable plushies. Gotta finish the first. Have it first though. Currently trudging through weight painting. All the fluff. Are you familiar with robust weight transfer, Ori? Unless you're adding fizz bones, in which case, good luck. An E-boy Winnie the Pooh, I love it. Jing has never looked so stylish. Perfect. All right, let's look at the eyes now. Ahoy, Snardum, welcome. Not like this bone. Not like the chicken. Works well. Yeah. How'd the day go in Snardo? Like the hard part of making E-Boy Winnie the Pooh would be making the honey bowl. always going to be the rigging. Heck?
It was a very bloody
Perfect.
night.
Really good blink out of that. Beautiful. Looks so cool and nice. Thank you, Trix. Ooh. So we do only have another 20 minutes for our morning stream. So anyone new here, do break my day up into 2 streams. So we're gonna be ending the first one in a little bit, and I'll be back in about 2 hours after that. I just go for lunch, get some food, and go for a run. Stuff. I'll be back pretty soon. And we are getting super close to finish with this avatar, by the way. May not look like it, but after we rig the body, we just need to make the tail, get everything into Unity, make some toggles, and it's good. We will have him in VR chat by the day. So, quite excited about it. I am enjoying my food. Good. Do you ever use that add-on for the heavyweight transfers for the clothing? I use an add-on called Robust Weight Transfers, which I think personally is the best for clothing. That's here on this VR chat related site, Jinxie. I'll drop that in chat. There were a few other mesh data transfer tools that I used, but they broke after switching to 4.0 plus, so I've been having to use that one. Oh, I wonder. Oh, no, you're fine. I wonder if I could just make ChatGPT fix that tool for me. Because 2.05 is broken. I might give that a shot later. I can just feed this whole repository into ChatGPT. Be like, hey, this doesn't work in this version of Blender. Fix it. Okay, but I'll think about that some other time. For now, let's get a few of these other objects rigged, like the eyeball. These two should work out the gate. Well, actually. These two. And we'll grab that. How long did this take to make? Generally, I give my clients a 3 to 4 week time frame. So this avatar, we're getting at right to the cusp of one. I do tend to work on quite a few avatars at the same time. Looking through. Just a little more, makes a little more economic sense for me to do that. All right, now it's time for the tongue. for them. So what are the different colors on the avatar? So each of these bones that I'm working with here, these are what actually move. So the mesh doesn't move, the skeleton in the game is what moves. Different bones. You can think of it like a puppet. But I have to tell the mesh, the actual character here, this part here, I have to tell the mesh what bone it's attached to. And so these colors are the amount of influence this bone or this bone have over that mesh. So from blue to red, it shows the influence. Blue being 0 influence, red being maximum influence. And so it's just kind of how you link your skeleton to the mesh. And yeah, you can think of it just like a finger. You know, you'll have your bones. You know, really it's your muscles that move your bones, but your bones are kind of what your flesh is attached to. So I was trouble selecting the bone I want to edit. In the heat transfer with AutoRig, which bone layer is the one that indicates what bone got which weights? Bone. So when you're in this view here, when you're in the actual view, the deform layer, bone collection, those are the bones that actually the mesh is attached to. Everything else, this stuff here, this is just like how it moves, like little control handles. But the actual influence is all on the deform bones here. Does that answer your question? Yeah, because I think you have to make the rig. Yeah, so if you wanted to change which bones, like, I believe when you do the heat transfer, you would want to go in and select bones on your deform layer that you want to influence. All right, so that's the body. Pretty much the entire body part. We go ahead and take all our little bones here. Got these ones. Subdivision. How's the cat? I appreciate you asking. Tree of the Nut Hire, and welcome back. Unfortunately, cat's fine. Sorry, unfortunately it sounded a little too dramatic. I do not, the cat was my brother's, and I'm no longer living with my brother, so cat's fine, cat's hanging out, cat's chilling, but no cat here, unfortunately. I'm thinking about getting one, though. To do that sometime. Can you say that again? I was in a call. I can't hear you. The cat lives with my brother now. So no cat here, unfortunately. You cat bringing some great marketable plushie opportunities, though. Ooh. Why? My brother got married. So. He's living on his own. I'm living on my own. Or he's living with his wife. I'm living on my own. Fortunately, the cat's fine. Reminds me of my brother when we had pet rats as kids. Mine died and he cried no fair. Why always so lucky? I have to clean a cage. So I have to clean a cage now. So that's mildly a worrisome thing to say. Hello, Electro. Welcome. Does robust weight transfer the same as good old mesh data transfer? Yeah. So the robust weight transfer is very good for vertex groups. It does a great job. It does a better job of transferring vertex groups and like deformation than mesh data transfer. But it only does vertex groups. So if you, the unfortunate part of mesh data transfer, you could transfer more stuff, UV maps and all this other stuff. But with robust weight transfer, it is just for weight. But it is better at it. Also, hello, Electra. You're having a good day. Alright, we can go ahead and combine these. What's the difference with only transferring vertex groups? Mesh data transfer could transfer shape keys. That was really the main other use for it, was transferring shape keys. Super useful when you need to recover from things breaking, stuff like that. Now we go ahead and export this. Here. Fix the rig. Not want to export twist bones. More animation. These here. Export. Is that Blender? Yes, sorry, I missed your question there. Free of the net. For when you have modifiers and shape keys, I always hate that. And to be honest, I haven't found a free solution that works for the latest versions, but I might be looking places. There was one that I found. Shape key wrap, I believe is what it's called. But it's okay. It's okay. Basically what it does is it just uses the surface deform modifier. So it binds one mesh to the other using the surface deform, and then it just does the uses that modifier to apply a shape. You can kind of recreate it yourself pretty easily. Nothing quite as good as the mesh data transfer. Is that accurate enough? It's worked well sometimes, but I've had a lot of trouble. Your meshes need to be kind of set up specifically. It tends to throw a fit if you have like. Sometimes it just throws a fit, to be honest. All of these, go ahead and also weights. Select the rig, parent groups. I'm gonna rename these. Take out the low poly part. And it's almost lunchtime right now. I will be going on lunch in just a few minutes. I see, interesting though. Oh, well, I'll try all of them when I need to do some operation like that in the future. I'd rather just not. No one-fits-all solution with weight transfers. But yeah, there's a lot of different ways to approach it. But it's all pros and cons with digital work most of the time. But I was thinking, because the mesh data transfers are like an open GitHub repo, I might actually try to use ChatGPT to update it, see if I can get it working. Like why not? Might as well try to get it working. Oh, the fluff transferred really well. The body clothing. the armature. How's ChatGPT going to help you update the add-on? Sorry, I'm completely in the dark on how that would even begin to work. So, I should take a look at it right here. The mesh data transfer is a series of Python files right here, put into a zip file. So I can have ChatGPT edit the code to try to make it compatible, because there are a few specific issues or errors that crop up when you try to use this version. It'll go, oh, this didn't work. So I'd probably just go, well, hey, ChatGPT, copy and paste the GitHub, give it the GitHub. Here's the GitHub, here's all the code. Change this, change these things, and then send it back. Wasn't that related to Python itself? Not 100% sure. I mean, if that's all that needs to change in here, then fingers crossed. I mean, that might be a super easy change, but the issue is that no one has done it on this GitHub. It might be a super easy change, but whoever is updating this repository has not updated the repository. All right, everything's rigged except the tail. I still need. There was also a Gumroad version that says it runs on 4.2, but I've only used that for vertex group stuff, like you said. I tried it and I was still having trouble. But I am on 4.1, so maybe I actually need to go for another version. As in a different version used in Blender / new versions. I'm not sure if I remember it giving errors like Python would missing. Yeah, I'd have to. And it would be an endeavor. So definitely not something to tackle today, but I'm certainly interested. I would like to have. I would prefer that add-on for shape key transfers and stuff. Just to use. All right. Here's the boy. 79,000. We're way over on some. We got a lot of good candidates too. Probably get all of them. All right, but let's go ahead and export for it. And when we get back, start the interview. Again, still need to make the tail. That should be. Those gorgeous, gorgeous locks. I bet there's one object that got subdivided. Ooh. Alright, y'all. It is a good time for me to go ahead and end our first stream of the day. Thank y'all for hanging out. Again, I'll just be going on lunch. I'll be back very, very soon in about 2 hours. Definitely hit that follow. Hit that subscribe if you haven't yet. And when we get back, we're going to get this boy into VR chat. Pretty much already there. Pretty much already there. He's looking super good. Gonna clean up some stuff. Impression artifacts. Do this real quick. Hello, Symphony. You caught us just at the end of the first stream of the day. But thank you, Arctic. Thank you, Even. Thank you, Symphony, for showing up. Ooh, look, much better. But it is time for me to go ahead and head out. See you all in just a little bit. Goodbye, everyone. Bye. We'll try to make it next time for Res Night. Awesome. Looking forward to that. Definitely check out the stream.